Whenever I talk to any band which has maybe one original member, I seldom talk to bands with no original members. It's something that I grapple with, that I wonder if I should even bother. Because if the fans are going to the concert, maybe the fans either don't know or they don't care. But if they leave the concert and they're having a good time, that's cool. That's not my bag, though. I wouldn't go necessarily see a band that has no original members. One, perhaps. And in this case, it's Gary Peterson of the Guess Who. He's still in the band. He's writing a book right now, still touring. We talked to the drummer and the vocalist from the Guess Who, and we ask, is it still the Guess Who? Because Burton Cummings and Randy Bachman are long gone.
Well, speaking of that, with the different sounds, the first thing I thought of is, oh, well, this doesn't sound like the Guess Who, because I was telling this to Pete Agnew of Nazareth. I told him last two times I talked to him. So I said, I liked your new stuff. And I said, but you're heavier now than you've ever been. He says, yeah, I think so. And I really, really like it, because I've always wanted to play something on this edge, but no one was doing it back then. And with the Guess Who, and we had this conversation with Ray and Smitty quit Trooper. Oh my God, the fans went nuts. They're going crazy.
They did?
Well, but I went on live. I went on live, and I did a thing when they both they didn't quit. They retired, and they're allowed to retire. People. So what's your take when people say, well, oh God, it's not the Guess Who anymore?
There's been so many versions of the Guess Who, number one. I mean, Gary's better to answer this because he was in all of them. But I don't think there's a lot of bands that people have retired, but the Guess Who really never had one lineup. They have in America, they know a couple of songs and they associate it with that particular lineup. But and Gary, you could elaborate on this more. So we're just like basically the fifth version of it.
Well, I said earlier, I'm still learning to be a drummer. And so is everybody else in the band, whether it's us or the old members of the band. And if you're not going forward, you're not going anywhere. So we're changing as we get older, and as we listen to other music. You're always influenced by everything you listen to, and hopefully you're getting better. The music can never stay the same as it was. We can't play No Sugar Tonight now as a record. That's not what we're writing. That's not what we're feeling. We're not even feeling that now. That was
and it was done already.
Yeah, and it was done, and we were 21 years old at the time. That's a different era. That's gone. We're now in The King and Plan d'Amour. We're playing these kind of songs, and it's very exciting. It's great, and I hope the fans, when they come to see the band, they realize exactly what we're doing and how we feel about the music. Well, oddly enough, I'm still learning how to play properly. And my most proud moment on the album is one quarter note on the floor tom-tom, and I'll let you find it somewhere on the album. It took me 60 plus years to learn to play that one note. Yeah. I have hair, but it's short.
You still have hair. Good for you, man.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, okay. But I don't know how much time we've got, but the new single, very Rocky Horror Picture Show intro to that single, very Rocky Horror.
The Plan d'Amour, yeah, okay.
Is it Plan d'Amour? Is that how am I saying it
right? You're close.
So how do you say it?
Plan with a smile. Plan.
Oh, plan.
Plan, Plein, because if it's plan is means map.
So are you French?
No, yes.
Well, I used to be French. Beaudin. My family was
I was
French.
going to say, I'm surprised with a name like that. My wife's from Montreal, and yes, I do speak French, not as well as her, but.
Well, tell me about the song. With this one, even though I like The King more, but Plein d'Amour, I'm like going up. I'm doing housework this morning. It's with me. It's with me. Tell me about the tune.
You're not the first person to say that. I've heard this story 3 times already, and which is a good sign. I'll tell you how it started. Gary Gary liked a song I had written with this fella from Toronto, and he said, we got to do this song. And I was like, well, it's not, I wasn't 100% convinced with it. So I don't know how. I remember the whole conversation. Gary, maybe you can expand on this, but I did do a rewrite. I did a rewrite of it and I just used the middle section that he wanted to use, and I came up with this whole new song. Now we had already written the whole record, and there was a definite theme to it, and we wanted to have this positive message coming out of the dark depths of hell, and I thought, what a great thing, full of love. That it's like all you need is love, but we say it in French, and it doesn't sound as goofy.
Well,
Go ahead.
and really why I wanted to do that song was not so much because of the lyrical content, but if you listen to the rest of the album, this has more of a heavier edge, the middle part of the song. And I thought that the album could use that rock kind of anthem feel. And that's why I like that song of all the songs Derek had written, and which I love.
Yep.
I love a lot of his songs. He's got great material. We have enough for many more albums.
Yeah. Well, I will say, like, I'm staying on the same theme. And so then we started playing this song live, like what, a month ago, Gary, maybe?
Mm-hmm.
It hasn't been that long because it just came out. And it, usually when you're a band like the Guess Who, and you're playing some songs that have been around for so long, like 60 years in some cases, it's kind of weird when you just throw in, a new song. We've been very successful with that. We had a little bit of success with Haunted, and there's a lot of people that come to our shows that know the new songs, but we just threw this one in. And I swear to God, every time we play it, it goes over and people are singing it by the end of the song. So back to what you're saying, John, is it's stuck in your head. I think that's a good thing. First of all, you bothered to listen to it, so thank you.
Derek Sharp might not be the original lead singer, but man, that guy can sing. And he's the current singer and has been for quite a few years of the Guess Who, and that was, of course, Gary Peterson. As mentioned earlier, long gone are Randy Bachman on guitar and lead vocalist Burton Cummings. A lot of folks have problems with the Guess Who still going on, but a lot of fans still want to go see them. We'll have more from Derek and Gary Peterson coming up the next 2-3 days. Make sure you comment on our videos, subscribe to our channel, and share our videos. Make a donation if you want. You can join our Patreon, get early access to our videos. This is John Beaudin. This is Rock History Music. Take care of yourself.